Hello, good morning everyone, and today we are going to present to you our humanity project group 2 um, about obesity and the problem with it. So before we start, I'm going to tell you my teammates, members, Kit, me, Said Muaz, Jimmy, Angeline, Sean, and Fahad. Alright, now we're going to talk about the issues. Alright, now I'm gonna go with the issues and objectives. So, why do we pick this topic? We pick this topic because we realize that Malaysians are struggling with trying to lose weight and trying to be healthy. And not only that, we have seen data that says that according to the 2019 National Health and Mobility Survey, Malaysia has the highest prevalence of obesity among adults in Southeast Asia, which is a problem. So which is why we chose this topic. Alright, so now the issues, right? The issues is that obesity can create many kinds of diseases such as stroke, blood pressure, cancer, heart disease, and more. So not only that, obesity can also increases the risk of death among Malaysians, which is why this topic is very serious and should be put in the spotlight. Alright, now we go to the objectives. So our main objective is that we are trying to help the society to understand what is obesity and why is it a problem. Not only that, we are giving a full support to those who are struggling with obesity and those who are struggling with trying to be healthy and losing weight. Alright, now we will go to my friend Takib.
Hey guys, I'm Thaqib, and today I'll be discussing about the survey that we conducted for our Humanity Project on the 12th of March 2022. So we conducted a total of 10 questions and sent it to a bunch of WhatsApp groups and to our friends and family for them to fill it up fast to get responses that we wanted to finish our Humanity Project. I'll be talking through the first 5 questions and my friend AJ will be talking you through the last 5 questions. So like I said before, we conducted this survey on 12th of March 2022 and we ended it around a week, 2 to 3 weeks after. And the total responses we got were 56 responses from all of our friends. So let's start off with the questions. The first question, we asked their age. Majority of them said they're actually older than 18. Around 25% said that they're 18 years old and the rest of the 33.9% said that they're younger than 18. Second question, we asked their race, whether they're Malaysian or not. Majority, of course, said yes, they are Malaysian, and multiple nationalities as well, such as Indian, Sri Lankan, as am I, Pakistani, Maldivian, Dubai, and Egyptian. For the third question, we asked whether or not they exercise regularly, and around 32% said that they do, and 48.2% said that they don't. For the people who said yes, these are the times they exercise a week: 1 to 2 times a week, 2 times a week, once in a week, 6 times a week, 2 times a week. Some of them used to work out around 4 to 5 times a week, 50-50, 2 times a week, and around 5 days a week. Different people work out different times a week depending on their schedule. For the fourth question, we asked them if they think they are either underweight or overweight. Majority of them said that their weight is normal. A few of them said that they are underweight. A few of them said that they're overweight, and a little bit of them said that they are none of the above. And for the fifth question, and the end of my part, we asked if they are overweight, do they think that obesity has a negative effect on their social life? And majority of them actually said yes. And not a lot of people said no. Actually, majority of them actually felt that that obesity had a negative effect on their social life. That's it from my part. I'm gonna pass it on to AJ, my friend, to discuss the last 5 questions of our survey that we conducted. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Taki, for your wonderful presentation. Now I am AJ and I will present to you the second part of our social survey. Based on our survey, most people are not sure if their diet is balanced, and the majority are still struggling with their eating habits. And when it comes to food consideration, foods like vegetables, red meat, and fried foods are the ones that most people consider to eat. Nowadays, most people think that social media influences the way they eat. Moreover, with different motivations, most people are willing to engage in a healthy diet and exercise.
Alright, so how do we raise awareness? Look at the world that we are currently living in. It is fast-paced and also dominated by technology, with the internet and social media. In this case, we have chosen Instagram because it is like one of the most used social media app ever. So we get exposure and also more recognition. And our account's name go by Obesity Hub. And with this platform, we hope to provide information about obesity in Malaysia. So #body positivity. What do we post? In general, we have shared a basic meaning of obesity, like I said, and also importance of balanced diet, what to eat and what not to eat. So we also have statistics, accurate statistics, data about Malaysia and also comparing it with other countries. Not only that, we also interact with our followers with stories features, and also actively replying their comments online. So it's time to go into the post in detail. So we have 5 posts in total. The first post is like an introduction. It's like an introduction about our Obesity Hub team and also what we do. We also mention a very important point. We are trying to engage people in a healthier lifestyle, to exercise more, also trying to help people who are currently struggling with obesity. So moving on to our second and third post. Second post is it's very informational. It's very informative. It's very informative. We included some statistics, like I mentioned. It's like comparing Malaysia's obesity rate with other countries in Southeast Asia. If I'm not mistaken, we have included Thailand, also Brunei. Not only that, we also have some contributing factors for obesity. Things like maybe it's genes, or your lack of exercising, and also overeating, not calculating calories. We also have some fun facts regarding the obesity rate. So moving on to the post, like I said, is similar to the second post, but we have a more in-depth content, including things like what is BMI, the body mass index. We also have comparison between overweight and also obesity. There's a difference. So go look out more. Share it to your friends and family. Moving on to our next post is about balanced meal. Balanced meal is like what to eat. It's a very interesting layout in the post. We have like vegetables, we have healthy proteins, we have like whole grains, and also fruits. We also mentioned to stay active, exercise, drink enough water, and also use healthy oil like olive oil. Don't use things like trans fat, and also don't use those. They are very unhealthy. And moving on to our last post so far, we mentioned stop eating crab. Don't get me wrong. Crab spells out CRAP, and each of the letters stands for a different word, different phrase. So C stands for carbonated drinks, R stands for refined sugar, S stands for artificial food, and P stands for processed food. So look at the things we have so far. It's very informative. Like I said, we have different information. We also approach a very friendly and fun style, so people won't feel bored while looking into our account. Maybe that we will share it to your friends and families. So I guess that's all so far about our post.
Right. Thank you, Jimmy. So apart from making just regular informational posts on Instagram, like for the obesity rates in Malaysia compared to other Southeast Asian countries, or like how to have a balanced diet, we also made some stories so we can interact with our followers better. So in our first week, we did something called a food poll, where we compare some healthier choices of foods to unhealthier choices of foods. So for example, fruits and salads versus burgers and pizzas, and we asked our followers which one would they prefer. Actually, most participants chose the unhealthier choices over the healthy choices because understandably they taste better, right? So this is one of the root causes for obesity in Malaysia and anywhere else for that matter also, because people do not have a balanced diet. They choose the unhealthy fatty foods but taste good over the healthier but sometimes not so good tasting foods. And also, we made some posts like this where we gave them some information, asked them if they knew it. And at the end of the post, we asked them if they learned something from us. So for example, this one, We asked them if they knew the associated risk that came with obesity. For example, higher chance of getting heart diseases, gynecological and sexual problems, and also higher chance of getting type 2 diabetes. When we asked them if they learned something new from us, we got 100% yes from 30 respondents. So I think we did pretty good for this part. In our quest of trying to educate others and raise awareness, sometimes we get educated as well. So here's a question posted by one of our friends of our group members, Saidmas, and he asks that what about those bodybuilders and athletes that tend to keep track of their body fat percentage and muscle mass, but still get categorized as obese according to their BMI? And we did some research and found out that the BMI can actually be considered quite inaccurate in cases like this, because it does not consider the factors like body fat percentage, the body fat distribution, and the age and gender of the person. So in cases like this, an athlete or bodybuilder will get categorized as obese because he has high weight to height ratio, right? But that weight majority actually come from their muscle and not fat. So in cases like this, we found out that we should use some alternatives like RFM, the Relative Fat Mass Index, where you compare the distance of your waistline to your height. So we actually learned something new that day.
Hello, I am Fahad and I'm here to explain to you what we have learned during this assignment. First of all, we have learned that it is more than important to address this issue because it will lead to an unhealthier generation and low self-esteem among youngsters, which will lead to low participation in leadership roles in Malaysia, which is of course bad for the country and its economy. And we need to provide support and help to these people so that they can grow out of this stage and become the best version of themselves. So moreover, we have also found that Malaysians do think that being obese has a negative impact on their life. And what is interesting is that people who weren't even obese thought that being obese will have a negative impact on their life. It is not that this is wrong, but it is just that they thought this will affect their self-esteem and confidence. Lastly, I would like to say that we found out that people are willing to diet, and they even have motivating reasons of their own. So they want to take initiative. In conclusion, we would like to say that obesity affects people in a bad way. And these people, they want to improve their mental and physical health, and are willing to take initiative to become the better versions of themselves. Hence, if the government provides support, encourages positive reinforcement, provides more access to healthier foods, and increases the number of fitness and health programs inside or outside the country to help spread awareness to people, it will be better. It will be a model society for the world to see, and they will copy the structure. It will be a better social structure, and Malaysia will be a better society because people can live healthier lives and will be happy with themselves. With all that, thank you for listening.